Hello and welcome to another episode of our World War II weapon guide. In this episode, the German FG-42. One of the most advanced rifles within World War II, this weapon had a complex internal mechanism and helped rescue Mussolini. Only 2,000 rifles were made. Keep in mind that the FG-42 has been going through a lot of patches, but here are the stats so far within this current status. In the game, damage is pretty good and has been staying basically the same. You'll be killing within 3 shots up until 38 meters. Past that, it's going to be 4 shots to kill. The same applies with the headshots. Your penetration ability, however, is pretty good, meaning you can take down opponents behind cover with your sack of bullets. Rate of fire, however, takes a significant downturn. In real life, this thing would have been firing around 900 rounds per minute, but in the game it fires around 422 rounds per minute. Rapid fire will increase this to 472 rounds per minute. A minor increase, but it does help. Your hipfire, however, is high, unusually for the rifles, meaning that this weapon isn't really reliable when it comes to closer quarters combat. You should rely on your melee or pistol, or your bayonet, depending on the circumstance. Recoil, however, is fairly low. You'll have an omnidirectional kick, although it's going to be pretty small, and it will be kicking slightly every time you fire the weapon. However, your aim time is below average. You'll be aiming at around 300 milliseconds, and your speed, however, is around the average, at 95% of the base speed. Magazine size, however, is below average, as a cost for that low recoil and higher damage. It's at 20 rounds, which it was in real life, and with extended magazine, which wasn't in real life, it would have been a loftier 30. Your reloads, however, are going to be the slowest within the rifle category, as a consequence as well, at 2.7 seconds. So you should make every bullet count, but thanks to the slow rate of fire, sometimes these reloads aren't going to be as much of a problem. Our build, however, is going to be based on using it at longer ranges, being more of a passive class. You will keep it around medium to longer ranges and keep your enemies from afar so you won't have to worry about them going at closer ranges. This will keep them away from objectives or just being in choke points. The FG-42 is quite versatile when it comes to the attachments, but a big attachment that it does need is the quick draw handle. Although it has 300 milliseconds when it comes to its aim time, this will decrease it greatly, and you'll snap onto your targets much more quicker than that of the 300 milliseconds. Second up is to increase the rate of fire with rapid fire, giving you better times to kill. So combining the two, not only that you'll snap onto targets much more quickly, you can take down enemies much more faster. As said earlier, it's quite versatile when it comes to the attachments. You could use steady aim to decrease the hip fire, you could use a reflex sight to increase your accuracy at longer ranges, or you could use the extended magazine to help prolong your reloads. So for our basic training, we are going to help with our gun. First up is Forage. Forage will help resupply your weapon as much as possible, and as an added bonus, you'll have the maximum amount of ammo you'll have within the FG-42 and your sidearm. So, in cases you want more ammo and you're pretty low on it, well, you can slap by a body and just get an extra magazine. The other idea is also Hustle. This will help you with your reload times much more, so you'll be able to get into the fight much more often than not, and especially if you have the 20 round magazine. You can get to the fight much faster and will be able to take down a whole bunch of more people. Another idea can be the recently new Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg will give your score streak into kills than that of score, and if you're into objective based game modes, this will definitely help you a lot. For the new divisions, you can choose up to 2. Infantry and Armored. Armored will definitely help you when it comes to resistiveness, especially if they're trying to flung grenades or tacticals right in front of you. And plus you don't get flinch on the side if you get hit, giving you a big old benefit. For infantry, you basically could have another attachment onto your weapon, totaling up to 4, especially on your sidearm, and will make you aim much faster while you're on the move. But for equipment, you should use either the frag, stun, or signal flare to keep some distance away from you. And always have a pistol on your side in case an enemy decides to get up close. So, the FG42 is basically a medium/semi-long range monster. You have low recoil unlike some of the other weapons that you get, and you have a high damage to combine that too, making it really effective across longer ranges or medium ranges depending. And it also has a higher penetration to take care of too, so in case this enemy decided to go behind cover, you can easily seek them out. However, it does have below average traits, giving you a slower aim time and a higher hip fire. And you also have a slower rate of fire to add to it, so you do have to be pretty accurate in order to take down your opponents. And it also has a limited magazine as well. Those 20 rounds can easily be dispensed if you're firing much more than you think. But as long as you keep your distance and keep an eye on your ammo supply and that, then the FG42 is gonna be a very reliable weapon. Ask others, it's still a pretty popular weapon. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. And for our next episode, we're going back to the SMGs, in which we're going to be reviewing the WW2. Until then, Galacticstorm saying, I'll see you guys later.